in this video. Now what we're going to do in this video, we're going to to do operation of indices and sets. Also, what are the indices? This is a word comes from index, or it's a plural. It's called indices. So it has many real meaning in life. So now we're going to do the operation example of indices. You could say 2 by 2 by 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times can be written as 2 power 5. So 2 is the base. Then 5 is the what? Is the index or power. So now we go straight for our example. We're going to do operation on multiply the indices. For example, I have 5 power 4 times 5 power 3. So before you go straight and multiply your equation, what you need to know is first there are some rules which you are supposed to do before you simplify your equation. First of all, to multiply the numbers in index form, where the base is the same, you add the what? You add the indices. So in the case for example, it's a equation could be like you could say when you're adding, you could say if you are given a power m times a power n is equal to say that a power m plus n. So that's the first rule of when you're dealing with multiplication of indices. So now let's go straight and multiply our equation. So equation 1 we have equation our solution. Equation 1 we have 5 power 4 times 5 power 3. Now what are we going to do? So as I told you from our rule, our first rule, so whenever the base is the same, you do what? You add the powers. So now we are going to add the powers. This is called what I say. This is the 5. So we are going to add the powers. This is 5 times 5 times 5 again times 5. You can put this into brackets. Then you add the what? This is a 5 times 5 times 5. Also, you put in your in the brackets. So now, as I said, from our rule here, the first rule is say that you have to add the what? The powers. So now our equation will now come. Our final answer will now come to 5 power what? 5 power 7. So that is our final answer now will now be 5 power 7, and that is your answer when you're dealing with the multiplication of indices. Now let's go to the second equation, which is the division. This is number 1. Number 2, we're dealing with we're going to divide. This is 3 power 7 divided by 3 power 4. So this comes the next rule. The next rule on dealing with this indices. In this rule, it will now be we are going to subtract the powers when you are dealing with the division. So it does state that to divide the numbers in the index form, where the base number is the same, subtract the second index from the first index. So we shall subtract the second index from the first index. So as I said, from example, if you are given a power m divide by a power n is the same as by saying from this rule it says that a will now be power m minus n. So this is your what? This is your equation. So in case when you are dealing with division of indices, is to remember this equation which you are going to get. So now let's go and we divide our equation. We shall now divide our equation. How are we going to divide it? So it's the same way. We shall now say this is 3 power 7 divided by 3 power 4 is equal to is equal to 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times what? 3. This should be how many? There should be 7 times 3. Then you divide. You divide by 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Remember, from your equation, you are supposed to subtract the what? Supposed to subtract the powers. So how are we going to subtract the powers? Now we shall go and cancel our what? Our figures. Here goes with this one goes with this one goes with this one goes with this one. So now what is the remainder here? We have now 3. So now our final answer will now be 3 power what? 3. So that is your final answer, 3 power 3. In the case when you are dealing with the division of indices. So when you are dividing the indices, that's what you're going to do. But don't forget, you should remember to mark this. It reminds you the rule. This is the first rule when you're dealing with the multiplication. Then when you're dealing with division, this is the rule which can remind you. Thank you for being with me and thank you for being part of this video. Please continue supporting me by subscribing to my YouTube channel